There is a strange kind of tiredness that sleep cannot fix. You wake up after 8 hours in bed, yet your mind already feels heavy. Your body is not exhausted, but something inside you feels worn out, like your brain has been running for days without rest. The confusing part is that nothing dramatic happened. You did not run a marathon or work 20 hours straight, yet somehow you feel mentally drained. If this feeling sounds familiar, you are not alone. Millions of people experience this quiet exhaustion every day. The reason is that mental exhaustion rarely comes from one big problem. It comes from hundreds of small invisible pressures that slowly pile up inside your mind. Think about your typical day. You wake up and the first thing you see is your phone notifications, messages, news, emails, social media, before your brain even has a moment of silence. It is already processing information. Your mind jumps from one thought to another. What do I need to finish today? Am I behind in life? Did I make the right decision? What if I fail? This constant mental noise continues throughout the day, and by the time night arrives, your brain has been running thousands of thoughts without any real pause, and that is exhausting. But mental exhaustion is not only about thinking too much. Sometimes it is about carrying emotions you never fully process. You smile when people expect you to smile. You say, "I'm fine," when someone asks how you are doing, and you keep moving forward because that is what responsible adults do. Yet deep inside your mind is holding quiet stress, fears, and unanswered questions. Over time, those hidden emotions begin to drain your energy like a backpack filled with invisible stones. Every worry adds another stone, every disappointment another one, every comparison, regret, and doubt. Eventually, the weight becomes so heavy that even simple tasks begin to feel difficult, and you start asking yourself why small things feel overwhelming, why replying to messages feels like a chore, or why even resting feels unproductive. The truth is that your brain was never designed to process this much pressure constantly. For most of human history, life was physically hard but mentally simpler. People worried about immediate survival, food, shelter, safety. But modern life created a different challenge where we carry psychological pressure all the time. Career expectations, financial stress, social comparison, uncertainty about the future, and the pressure to always appear like everything is under control even when it is not. This creates a silent mental fatigue that many people struggle to explain. You might even feel guilty for being tired and think other people are doing more than you, so why are you so drained? But mental exhaustion is not weakness. It is often a sign that your mind has been trying to handle too much for too long. Sometimes the real problem is not laziness, but the fact that you have been mentally fighting battles that nobody else can see. Overthinking plays a big role in this. Your brain constantly analyzes past mistakes. What if I had done things differently? Why did I say that? Did I ruin that opportunity? And at the same time, it worries about the future. What if I fail? What if things never work out? What if I am falling behind? Your mind becomes trapped between the past and the future. And when that happens, the present moment disappears. You are physically here, but mentally everywhere else. And that constant mental travel drains enormous energy. Another powerful reason people feel mentally drained today is comparison. You open social media and see people achieving things faster than you. Someone got promoted, someone started a business. Someone is traveling the world, and suddenly your brain starts measuring your life against theirs. Am I late? Am I wasting time? Am I doing enough? This comparison rarely motivates us. Instead, it quietly erodes our mental peace because we are comparing our internal struggles to someone else's highlight reel. That feeling of always being behind is incredibly exhausting. What most people do not realize is that the mind does not need constant motivation. It needs moments of silence. In today's world, silence has become rare. We fill every empty moment with something: music, videos, scrolling, notifications, but the brain needs quiet spaces to reset. Without those spaces, thoughts keep accumulating until the system becomes overloaded. Imagine a computer running too many programs at once. At first it works normally, then it slows down, and eventually it freezes. Mental exhaustion works the same way. Your brain has too many open tabs, unfinished tasks, unresolved emotions, unanswered questions, constant stimulation. Eventually, the mind sends a signal saying, "I am tired." Unfortunately, many people misunderstand this signal. Instead of slowing down, they push themselves harder with more productivity, more pressure, and more expectations. But sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not push harder, it is pause. Mental clarity does not come from constant movement. It comes from moments of stillness where the mind finally has space to breathe. When that happens, your thoughts slowly settle, your breathing slows, your perspective changes, and the things that once felt overwhelming begin to feel manageable again. Not because the problems disappeared, but because your mind finally had a chance to recover. Mental energy is like physical energy. You cannot run forever without rest, and you cannot think endlessly without consequences. Feeling mentally drained does not mean you are failing at life. Sometimes it simply means you have been trying too hard for too long without giving yourself permission to rest. If you feel mentally exhausted lately, if your thoughts feel heavy, and even simple things feel overwhelming, maybe the solution is not to become stronger overnight, but to become kinder to your own mind. Healing mental exhaustion begins with a simple realization. You are not broken, you are tired. And tired minds do not need judgment, they need recovery. The world will always demand more from you, more productivity, more results, more progress. But your mind deserves moments where it does not have to prove anything. Moments where you are allowed to exist without pressure. Because when the mind finally rests, something powerful happens. Clarity returns, energy returns, hope returns, and suddenly life does not feel as heavy as it once did. The truth is, you are stronger than your exhaustion, but even strong minds need time to breathe. So tonight, instead of asking yourself why you are so tired, try asking a different question. When was the last time I truly gave my mind a break? Sometimes the answer to mental exhaustion is not hidden in motivation, but in permission. The permission to slow down, the permission to rest, the permission to be human. And once you give yourself that permission, you might discover something surprising. You were never weak. You were simply carrying too much for too long. And now it is time to put some of that weight down.